Hi, welcome to the show. Welcome to the Talking Reckless podcast, episode 350. My name's Matt Eads. I'm joined by Kevin.
Hey, Matt, how are you?
I'm well, Kevin. How are you?
I'm well.
Although if you listen to Tron, you know I'm lying a little bit. Brando's here.
I am here. It feels like it's maybe been the longest it's ever been between shows for me.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been at least a few weeks. Couple weeks at least.
Yeah.
I
had vacation and took a show off. And then there was another show that I said I could do and just never heard back from you, which is always a good thing because it means people are volunteering to do the show. And then I had a show that I was supposed to be on, and then I had to work overtime. And then I feel like there was another show in there maybe I missed.
It could have been. I think overtime was the last one, I think.
Yeah, overtime
we had to remake the Saturday or the Sunday. It's good to have you back.
Yes, it's good to be back.
And also,
I want to talk about games that came out like a month and a half ago.
Perfect. I only play games that came out like a decade ago. So, and last but not least, I was saving them to the end so I could think of a name. It's Kyle. Hang on, we're gonna
Buttermaker.
Kyle. I mean, that could be a real name. Now that I have the computer, I'm gonna go to the anime character names database here.
Is that from an Adam Sandler movie?
And click on.
We're going out here.
I'm gonna type in
out here.
Buttermaker.
How about and everyone at home has to guess what anime this is from. How about Kyle? Okay, I gotta pick the name there's only one of, so that it can only be one anime. Kyle, B''T space X. I'm gonna say that's pronounced the. But I think the X by itself is probably a click.
I think it's buttocks.
It could be. It could be. It's hard to.
I couldn't even attempt that one.
Yeah.
Buttermaker was the coach of the Bad News Bears.
Oh, of course.
B''T space X is a character from the anime B''T space X.
Oh, makes sense.
Oh,
see,
shit.
The spoiler was right in the name.
That's
It's going
right.
to be a self-title.
Yeah. Bito Ekusu B''T-X. Great. I'm probably 1,000% going to remember that for the end of the show as well.
Yeah.
Welcome, gang, to the video game podcast. Thanks for being here. I got no energy, rhythm. Just keep losing my feet. You know what I'm saying? What do you guys been playing? That was a little Freddie Mercury for you there. I think Freddie Mercury himself was the one who said, "What video games have you been enjoying this week?"
Absolutely.
Is that out on Steam today? How much for Absolutely?
No.
What is happening, gentlemen?
We're starting with me?
What?
I've been
Anyone?
You got to bring someone in, Matt. I don't want to talk over anybody.
You're right.
That's right.
I feel like this new thing we're using here for recording, the crosstalk, seems to be less of an issue.
That's because none of us are talking.
Perfect.
I feel like the delay is like such that it feels snappy.
And we can all see the green light go on, so we're like, oh, damn, the green light is on. That means I'm not allowed to talk.
The feather wand, the
The
speaking wand.
fuck? Is there a green light? Oh, I see it.
Oh,
Means you're hot.
Yeah, that green light. Yeah, we actually do have a talk light now.
Perfect.
Do I have a talk light? No, it's only Matt.
You can't see your own. You can see everyone else's.
Oh,
though.
yeah?
All right.
Maybe.
Well, I'll dive in here.
All right.
I've been playing some Valheim. It's brand new. Came out on early access on Steam early this week. Survival RPG, I guess, aspect with some Dark Souls mechanics.
Let's stop. The ability to roll is not a Dark Souls mechanic.
I think a lot of people like to.
Diablo on
just link
console
that.
mechanic.
Yeah.
Ocarina of Time?
It's yeah. It's the first survival game that I've really sunk my teeth into, and I'm really enjoying it so far. Even for an early access game, it's really well done.
Yeah, it's like a third person kind of you're leveling up kind of like in like Elder Scrolls almost, where like I'm jumping and my jump is leveling up, which is something I love. And it has this very kind of sort of it's like really kind of loose third person combat. It feels weightless in a way. It's like what if Dark Souls, but it had no weight, I guess. Like,
Yeah.
You take off the weighted clothing.
it kind of, yeah, exactly. You're fast.
Yeah.
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 Like enemies don't really react to being hit. You just kind of you hit them, and if they're not doing their attack animation, they don't hit you. Like it's
They do react. They do have some reactions because you can catch them before they hit. They'll kind of stagger back, and if you hit them again when they're doing that animation, you'll do more damage.
Yeah, we so you and I fought a there are bosses. It kind of
Yeah.
bills you with like, hey, there's gonna be X number of bosses, and you kind of seems like you sort of progress through the world, and like you find different materials as you go, and you know I'm using stone weapons right now, and presumably we'll get onto iron weapons or whatever.
Yeah.
And we fought a boss who was a big like stag that shot lightning out of its horns.
X tier.
And it was pretty. It was pretty. Like it looked real nice, but like it. I don't know if I'm sold on the combat of Valheim because I kind of just stood there and just shot my bow without moving, and you kind of just stood in front of it and like walked away so that it didn't shoot the lightning on you. In a way
That's
that
what they
like,
tell you to do when there's lightning in the sky.
and then we had to do it for like 5 minutes. Like it was a really long, kind of boring fight.
It was a long fight. Yeah, I think they're better solo. The first time when I did it solo was a lot of fun because you actually have to use some of those roles and some of those strategies that they give you. Use your shield and stuff too.
Yeah. It reminds me a lot of the Forest, where like you're building structures and you know you're kind of setting up a base, and you can. I don't think you could do this in the Forest. You can sort of terraform the land a bit and sort of you know do stuff like that. It seems very cool, and you can have I think it's 10 people in a game in a world.
Yeah, in one server. Yeah. The worlds are what do you call it? Procedurally generated.
Yeah. So mine, the world that you and I jumped into, like my world I started, was like all mountains, and we had to make this big crazy fucking trip. We did it all on stream. This big crazy trip around of like, we had to go out of our way for like 3 days to get back because
Yeah.
we had to go to the back side of the mountain and find a way up. And
Yeah, that was a fuck.
It's like
map.
Death Stranding.
You guys should have been leveling your jump higher so you can just jump right up the side of the mountain.
that's
Right.
You're not wrong. And we made a raft and kind of couldn't figure out how to make the raft work, but like
Yeah.
got a raft out into the water, and I think it's a cool like co-op thing. It'd be fun with friends.
Yeah. For what it is, like as pixelated as the animation is and as like low res as the graphics are, the environment is really nice. They do a really good job on that.
Yeah, it's got a good it's got like a really good sense of scale.
Yeah.
There's like some good depth of field stuff where you can see like the big kind of world tree roots above you, and I think
Yeah.
it looks really nice.
Yeah. And there's just like different ecospheres. So you start out in the meadows, you work your way out into the Black Forest, and then the swamps, and so on and so forth. It's a big map too.
Yeah, it seems neat. I'm looking forward to kind of checking back in here and there as they continue to update it.
Yeah, definitely.
I think it's $20, something like that.
Yeah,
It's,
yeah,
like,
it's cheap. 20
relatively
bucks,
cheap.
22 bucks.
It's just on PC, I think. Take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So far.
Yes.
Seems like the perfect Switch game though.
Every game is perfect Switch game,
That's fair. Very fair.
Doom Eternal.
unless you need good controls for it.
Do you need good controls for Valheim?
Not really. Not really. It seems like I think if you there's like a permanence too, where I think if your character that you die and leave a body, right, and
Yeah.
you can go get your gear. We're not really sure what happens if you die and don't get your body, but they like when you go to play online, they warn you. They're like, "Whoa, hey, your character is going to be at risk. Are you sure you want to do this? Like, there could be cheaters. Your character could die. Like, they throw this huge warning at you in a way that you're like, I'll risk it, I guess."
There's also a reason they tell you that too, because I didn't find this out until I jumped in a buddy of mine's world. He had already downed the first boss and I hadn't, but as soon as I jumped into his world, I got the boss power. So I think that can happen to you if you jump into someone else's world and they're much further ahead in the line. You'll just all of a sudden get those boss power ups.
Yeah, because the killed the first boss, and then it gave.
Yeah.
It seems like you have one slot for an ability, and then you'll get a bunch of different ones to kind of rotate through it.
Yeah.
It seems neat.
Yeah.
I'm not super huge on like the survival games, but I really dig the co-op kind of aspect of it.
Definitely, yeah. That's super intriguing, and I'm not that into survivals either. Like I say, this is my first one, but I'm liking it so far. Especially for a gig, I was like really surprised seeing it these days. A game,
Yeah,
1 gigabyte download total.
Truly the perfect game for the Switch at 1 gig.
Fuck, that's smaller than my cell phone update that it's trying to do right now.
Yeah. I'm sure Kev could fit it on his hard drive too.
I don't know. Hold on. Let's see what the old status is at right now.
And his 256 gigabyte SSD.
Oh, 1.98 gigabytes free.
Oh, damn.
There you go.
Kev probably
Gotta get it.
doesn't have enough space to like download Windows updates either.
I think I'm good on Windows updates. I did one a couple days ago.
That's probably fine. That's all they say. Just make sure you do it every couple days.
Yeah, exactly.
What else?
You
you
get
been up
every
to?
5th one, and then you're good.
Yeah, that's true. I've been playing, I loaded up Forza Horizon 4, actually. I played a shitload of Forza Horizon 3.
You're
and,
you're a Forza man, not a Forza man, hey.
Yeah.
Say,
I think
what
it's
do you-
mostly because
what do
my
you call
nose is
the-
always plugged
What do you
because of my
call the
allergies.
what do you call the Italian food you get with cheese, pepperoni? Take a bite of that. What?
What?
How do you say that word? I don't want to say it because I don't want to invite. How do you say
Oh,
P-I-Z-Z-A? I don't want to say it.
Mozzarella.
A pizza?
You're talking about the mozzarella.
Mozzarella.
Yes, yes.
Pizza.
Mozzarella?
The cheese
Mozzarella?
disc.
Forza.
It's a great game.
Yeah. Is this the
even
one
just coming.
in the UK?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, in Britain.
Plowing
I
through
think it's where you start
cobblestone
out.
walls
Yeah.
and whatever
yeah.
those weird soldiers with the like fuzzy hats are that you can't touch.
The sentry.
Yeah.
Are they sentries? Is that what they call them? I'm not sure.
Death
But,
Troopers, I think.
That's right.
Is this your first time playing Forza 4?
Yeah.
That fucking intro is so good.
Yeah,
where
it was
you're
really
like
good.
racing through the seasons, and then you get to town, and everyone's just like losing their shit that you're fucking in town. You're like, oh, this
Yeah.
guy just raced through all the seasons. He's here now.
Yeah, it was really good. I liked I'm looking forward to seeing what those story missions are like, because the Forza 3 had those missions where like you would race against the jet or you were racing against the boat or whatever. Those were really
The train.
interesting. Yeah. Yeah.
Those are kind of just time trials. Those are kind of just
sure.
like a different skin on like finish the mission in under 1 minute, but instead of a timer, you see a train
Yeah.
or whatever the time is.
Yeah.
Uh,
Very
did
interesting though.
did the game say your name? That was always the thing about Forza
Yeah.
that freaked me out the first time. Where it's like, "Hey, Matt," I'm like, "I
Yeah.
didn't enter my name. How the fuck do you know this?"
Yeah,
He's just flossing at the bottom of a giant waterfall while he's talking to you, too. Like, you have to, like, squint to realize he's down there talking to you. It's like, oh, this is a nice wallpaper waterfall, and then it's, like, a tiny little guy flossing at the bottom.
Literally
Matt.
flossing. Literally flossing.
Welcome to Floss Falls.
Oh.
Yeah, that was
sounds
jarring
terrible.
the first time that happened.
What are you still wait, were you ever earning kudos in Forza? That's not Forza. What's the racing game where you're in kudos? Project
Are
Gotham.
kudos the thing that you
Maybe.
got by watching someone else stream Forza?
That might also
Yeah,
be
that's
what I'm
Project
thinking of.
Gotham. Project
I don't know if
Gotham
those
is
are kudos, but
Yeah, that was kind of where I was going was do you have to like leave your game idling on a live stream of Forza to get the points or whatever the fuck it was? Let's see.
No.
I feel like that is I think you're thinking of the right game, but I don't know if it's still a thing.
The right game being Forza?
I feel like that was a story attached to Forza 4.
Influence.
If memory serves.
It was literally called influence. You had
Yeah.
to earn influence by watching mixer streams of your game of Forza Horizon 4.
Oh,
So people would just
interesting.
leave it running the whole time
Oh,
and
that
then
was
come
it.
back and have a bunch of fucking influence.
That was a mixer thing.
Yeah, that's weird. Well,
Weird.
that doesn't work anymore.
Weird. Earning influence.
The game looks gorgeous still. I think it's a few years old, but goddamn, they do such a good job on those cars.
Yeah, I should jump back in now that I assume there's a Series X version.
There's a shitload of expansions too. So many cars you can get.
Did you do any Hot Wheels stuff for 4?
What do you wait?
I did a bunch for the third game because they had that out. They were releasing that out right at the tail end of 3. And that was a lot of fun. Those tracks are really unique, some of the ones that they make.
Forza Horizon 4 Hot Wheels DLC vehicles confirmed. Breaking news arriving this week as of February 8th.
There you
Thursday,
go.
February 11th. Apparently it came out yesterday.
Damn,
Oh,
get that
there
DLC,
you go.
yo.
The Hot Wheels stuff is cool. The Hot Wheels stuff
Yeah.
is like loop-de-loops and like it's
Yeah.
really like fantastical tracks
Trackmania.
in this, in this otherwise kind of real world, quote unquote.
Yeah, and a really tight racing simulation. It's interesting.
Do you use the what kind of how much of a line do you like? How much like assistance do you like in your racing?
I use no line, no
line,
ABS.
no ABS.
No ABS.
What? Do you manual shift?
No, I don't. Not with a controller.
I was about to say, do you have a steering wheel?
No, I wish I did.
That's hardcore. Are you like, are you a car guy? Or are you getting in there and like tuning all the like, the tread on my tires needs to just be such?
Yeah, there was a point when I got into the third one, I was adjusting cars like that and stuff to just have like, I had like different drift cars. I had different setups for those. I had different race cars for just hardline races.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I'd have my car and know that if halfway through the race it started raining, we were fucking putting our lives at risk. It's just, I need the skies to hold up till the end of this race. Otherwise, it's a do not finish.
Yeah, fucking pavement's got to stay dry in Brando's world.
I pretty much I drove a truck at the time, so this would be Forza Horizon 3, but got my truck in the game and then just drove my truck the entire time, and like Forza Horizon 3 did a thing where it would put you in the class that you were, no matter, maybe not no matter, but like for every race you did. So it was just all trucks. It was just all trucks racing everything. It was pretty rad.
Yeah, it's good. I like it. I like some of the fantastic vehicles they bring to there, because they brought V's car from Cyberpunk is in there. In 3 you could get the Warthog from Halo, which was really fun.
Oh yeah, they don't. That's not in like Forza Horizon 4.
I'm sure they ported it over. They had to have. It was too good.
Was the Warthog? Was that OP? Is that Kyle's OP pick of the week? Week.
It's definitely good because it actually has that independent suspension that it does in the Halo games.
There it is.
Does
Kyle's
it have a little man on the gun in the back?
No.
That'd be good.
Shooting at the other cars as they drive by.
Just every fucking jump being like, woohoo!
I think I was teasing you. I don't know if it was last show or just off air or what, but I was teasing you about being a little like something new comes out and you're like, this is like Destiny. Like, this is the best gun. We gotta have this gun. And every week it's like, no, this is the best gun. So every week now we can have Kyle's OP pick of the week.
Perfect.
And this week it is the Warthog in Forza Horizon.
There you go. Yeah, it's a great game. I like it. It's fun, free on Game Pass, so that's why I started playing it.
Yeah, I've never liked racing games, but I've really enjoyed the Forza Horizon series.
Good times.
You been up to anything else? What else you been playing?
No, that is it. That's all I've been playing. I played a bit more Bloodborne.
How
Just hit the brick wall that is Lady Maria.
In New Game Plus, dude. New Game. I wasn't hard enough for New Game Plus. Not even close.
It's the DLC is just destroying me.
That DLC is. I maintain that the Bloodborne DLC is the hardest thing From has ever put out. The Orphan of Kos can fuck off.
I got trapped in that well with those two stupid fucking manfish or whatever the hell they are in the DLC.
Manfish.
What are they?
Fishman?
The fishing hamlet? Fishman? I don't know.
Yeah,
Take
it's
your
not.
pick.
It's not Innismouth, but it's Innismouth.
Fuck.
Any interest in the new Destiny season, gentlemen? The season of the Chosen?
I am interested to hear about it.
Me too.
I forgot their faction already. The Cabal. The Cabal are back.
Oh shit, they're my favorites.
Remember the daughter of Gaul, I think? I think it was Gaul's daughter who betrayed him or something?
No.
Me neither, but when Lance Reddick is like, she betrayed her father, blah, 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 I'm like, oh, okay, good. Anyway, she's the Empress now and shows up and talks to, I can never remember anyone's name, Zavala, and is like, hey, how about we ally against those ships? The Black Fleet, she calls them, the pyramids. How about we team up and fuck up those pyramids? Mm-hmm. And you're like, just when I'm like, oh, okay, I sort of see a little bit of an arc here of how we're going to, all right, work with the Cabal. We were working with the Fallen before. And expecting him to be like, yes, let's do that. Here's your new seasons. He just says, fuck no. And you immediately get thrown into a thing where you're just fighting like 1,000 Cabal in these battlegrounds. Is the new activity this season, 90 days, I guess, 3 months, right, is Battlegrounds, which are a 1 to 3 player thing that you can matchmake into them. They have their own playlist on the Vanguard menu, and they're short little, like 5 to 10 minutes, just kind of combat missions. You just play through
like waves.
Yeah, like you'll go to an area and it'll be like there are 3 shield generators. Kill Cabal until you kill enough that they drop a thing and blow up a shield generator, and then you go to another part and you kill Cabal until it's like you've killed enough and the shield goes down and you can go forward.
Right.
But there's no like the whatever they is it the darkness or whatever where you can't respawn, like it's on for real now. If we all die, we'll be checkpointed back.
Yeah.
That never hits. You can just keep dying if you want.
Die your way through those.
Yeah, and
That's weird.
but they throw so many enemies at me or at you, I guess, at the Royal Me that I've died a lot, but it's always because I'm going down in a sea of like 50,000 guys. It feels like I think they're pretty fun. They throw way too many dudes at you and expect you to kind of die.
Mm-hmm.
But also sometimes you bring like a really dope AOE weapon and just really clean house.
Just fry 'em.
Oh,
Yeah, I think they're
cool.
I think they're fun, but they're also like even more repetitive than the Season of the Hunt kind
I
of.
was gonna say, are
or-
they better or worse than what were they called? The hunts?
Yeah, those are replacing the Cryptolith lure hunts or whatever.
Yes,
Those
yeah.
ones.
You can still do the Cryptolith lure stuff, and it still gives like pinnacle and powerful gear. So I think that is still totally a valid path to gear up.
Wrathborn hunts. That's what they're
Wrath-
called.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But they're okay. They're kind of like the exo missions. I'd say they're analogous to those exo missions. The like. Remember they have that like rotating one they open a little bit later where it's like, oh, this week it's like jumping on the platforms
Yep.
or whatever. It's kind of like that length, but it's about as interesting. You can really turn your brain off in a way that I think they feel more grindable. I don't know. I was just enjoying the senseless killing where the new exotic this season is a bow that when you shoot from the hip shoots 3 arrows that track. It like puts targeting reticles on your thing and they lock on. And if you hit them with
fucking Hades bow.
yeah, it's straight up the Hades bow. If you hit him with a second arrow or like a certainly timed one, that it has a big AOE explosion, and that's really fun to bring in there. Where like I am not even looking at the screen because these things lock on. I'm just like just shooting arrows standing there, and explosions are going off everywhere, and my XP meter's going up, and that's cool. It seems fine. I don't know. It seems like more Destiny. The prismatic recaster is back. You can usually you get an engram and it's just a random item, but now you get these umbral engrams and you can kind of you focus them, so you can be like, I want a weapon, or I want a helm, or I want pants, or whatever.
And you said you still have the lure too.
Yep,
So
you
you
just
have
love
two
the lure.
different means to kind of guide your loot.
I think I'm not really clear on how the like power stuff from last season works, because the cap is now 1300, I think, with the hard cap being 1310 or something. So I'm not sure if you go do the Season of the Hunt, whatever the last one. Do you maybe only get gear up to 1260, and then this new season is? I'm not really clear on like what gives you what, but
Yeah, could be.
it's
I'd assume that they have to cap it somewhere lower than they're capping the new stuff to encourage you to do the new stuff. But
yeah. I think they just added more guns to the pool, and like there isn't really a lot of new stuff to do. It's like
right.
7 or 8 minutes of content maybe.
And that's kind of always been the problem with, not the problem, that's always been the kind of the pace of the Destiny seasons.
Yeah.
Which is why I never come back for seasons. I come back for expansions.
Yeah.
But I'll probably duck in there and at least check it out a little bit. But
They Kyle, you like this? They took the power cap off of exotics. Exotic power cap now just shows an infinity symbol, which is nice.
Cool. That's nice, yeah.
And they got a bunch of new weapons. I don't know. I like the new exotics. I like guns that have very different effects than other ones. And the bow
and
is
dumb stories
fine,
attached
yeah,
to them.
Sure.
That's what I like about a lot of Destiny, but like the meta just forces you to use other weapons, which kind of sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, it got really last season especially. It got really. If you were doing PvE stuff, you had to have the 2 shot. You have the 2 shotguns and then one of these 2 weapons for your 3rd slot. Otherwise, you're not doing it properly.
Yeah.
I forget that and then get way into Destiny and then remember that and get way out of Destiny.
Yeah,
it's kind of the ebb and flow of my fandom.
We have one raid and someone sees Andy using that bow and goes, and then we're all like, ah, yes.
Yeah.
Though
Once
it-
we've reached a point where people are secretly re-equiping weapons so they don't get yelled at.
I don't think there's a new raid or anything this season, which the existential question of like, why am I playing Destiny really fucking hit me with like,
With the new season.
yeah,
At least
where-
you have a new battle pass to level up, but
Yeah.
that's kind of it.
yeah, it's got some exotic engrams on there that I would like to get, but like, yeah, what am I powering up for? Like, I'm not gonna do. I don't really like the trials or the Iron Banner and that stuff. There's no raid. Like, damn, I played like that first day and got the season pass to level 5, and then it was just like, why am I? Why? even more than last time? Why? At least there
Yeah.
was a raid to get through.
Yeah.
I don't know. It looks so good. It's the only thing I play on the new Xbox.
And I fucking still love playing it. Like, whenever I'm playing Destiny, I'm like, man, this is the best way to kill time in the world.
It looks incredible on the new Xbox.
And it feels so good, too.
Oh, man. That's the new season of Destiny in a nutshell. I'll let you know how things progress.
No.
So far, we're giving it to the Cabal. Absolutely,
And
just giving it to them.
Is there story content beyond those repeatable things? Like, are there like campaign levels?
No.
Okay.
There might have been one. There might have been like a really short one.
Like a stage setter kind of thing.
But yeah, I think it just throws you right into the battleground. I think you just get a cutscene and then you're poof right into the battleground, which is that new content type. There are only 2 right now, but they're going to release more. But it's so dumb. The playlist only has 1 in it, and the way that it's just like the lure. You have to like do things to charge up. It's a hammer now instead of a lure. Wow, my brain completely stopped working. What was I even? I feel like I'm having a stroke. Lure, hammer. Where was I going with this?
You have to charge. You have to
sickle.
charge it up.
Charge it up.
Communism.
Cyclical. Yeah. No, I don't know. Nope. This brain stopped working.
Not good enough to be memorable.
Yeah. Damn. I like had a point too, and that's a sign of the times, I guess. Oh, Brando, what you been up to?
What haven't I been up to? Everything except for 3 games. First one is Hitman.
Hell yes.
Hitman 3, which is, I believe, after some careful thought, my favorite Hitman game of all time.
Of all time.
Of all time. Keep in mind, I did not care for any Hitman game until the new trilogy.
Fair enough.
So it is my favorite of the 3 of those. I never got my progress to carry over. I remember that was our kind of thing we were talking about last time. But I feel the more and more I play of Hitman 3, the happier and happier I am to have an excuse to go back and do all those old levels again. So
Yeah.
I beat the campaign. I've done multiple runs of every map. I fucking love the maps in Hitman 3. The last one's a little bit weird, but I think it deserves to be a little bit weird. I don't want to spoil it, unless you guys have already talked about it on the show.
No.
But it is much more of a non-traditional Hitman level where they are tightening it up a little bit so that you kind of experience exactly what they want you to experience.
Maybe stretching some development chops for the upcoming 007. Maybe?
Yeah, could be. Yeah, it definitely did look like you look at that level and you're like, oh, this is what a more linear James Bond level might look like. But yeah, I just can't get enough of that game. My favorite thing that they did in Hitman 3 was, which I know hearing other people is one of their least favorite things, is they really put a lot of emphasis on the story, especially for your first runs of levels.
Yeah.
Where they kind of demand that you exit in certain places and they demand that you do things certain ways for that first run. And whenever you do them in those ways, it kind of winds up with a set piece that is it was cool every time. It was fucking really rad every time. And it like started, you noticed it right at the beginning of the game when you did Dubai, and they like started you out on like the side of the building because you had jumped from like a fucking plane and landed, and then they had like music cues.
Nobody sees somehow.
Yeah, exactly. And they had like music cues with you like literally walking like into a curtain to go to the other side of the curtain, and then the curtain like drapes over the camera, and when the curtain leaves, you're like wearing a suit instead of your like air jumpsuit, and there's like this big music sting, and I'm like, oh yeah, Oh, now these guys know what I want. And yeah, all the ways that they were like, let's make this more like a movie. Let's make moments that aren't just funny, because the Hitman moments are always funny because they're kind of create your own fun. But every now and then, let's take a little bit of the creativity out of the player's hands so that we can give them a very cool moment that we've kind of catered for them.
Yeah,
and I love that shit.
They kind of they do some things they've never done in Hitman levels where like they are like structurally different sometimes, where you're like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, specifically the second map, Dartmoor, and the one in, I think it's in Berlin.
The Rave.
Yeah, the Rave are two that are like, yeah, they are designed in a different way than any other Hitman level before them in that series, and both of them, I went into the level and saw what it was all about, and I was like, oh, this is kind of different. And then like 10 minutes later, I'm like, oh, this is the greatest Hitman level they've ever done.
Yeah, but there's still also there's that new way to kind of go through it, but then there's still also like, you, as you're going through, you see like 50 different ways where like, oh, I could be the photographer and kill them that. I could, like, there's all the different setup.
The creativity's always there. They're just kind of playing with your expectations on what like the targets are like, and what like you go into Dartmoor and you're like, there's one target.
Yeah.
There's one person I gotta kill. What the fuck? Who cares? This is easy. And then you're like, oh fuck. This is a 45-minute murder mystery I have to solve to get this old lady alone.
So good. And
it's so good.
Oh, there's like different ways you can solve the mystery and then choose to like lie to her and pretend to have solved it wrong, and
yeah, you can throw people who you have proven didn't do it under the bus.
That's funny.
Hitman is so rad. It
is really good.
What's your favorite Hitman level? You just got to pick one out of all whatever there are, 18 or 20.
I am going to be, I think, a little bit contrarian and say the Hong Kong level.
Is that from which game is that from?
It's from 3.
Oh, I probably haven't done that. Oh, not Hong Kong.
Was it Shanghai?
No, it's.
I thought it was Hong Kong.
It's a city in China. I have to look up how to say it. It's like Chang Kong or something.
You look that up, but it is
Chongqing.
Very much.
Chongqing.
Say again.
Chongqing.
It is very much designed. It's less open than a lot of levels, and it's very much kind of designed as two very difficult fortresses to penetrate. One to eliminate one target, one to eliminate another target. But then there are some very creative ways that you can kind of get them both hanging out in one place outside of their very difficult to penetrate structures. And like I was talking about the story stuff, the end of that level is very cool and involves hacking a well, I should get into that.
Yeah, the end that end thing is that's like my favorite thing from this game so far.
Yeah, it's very cool. And I just like the whole vibe of that level.
It's beautiful too, like wet streets and neon signs, and it looks.
It was
really
the
good.
level that I watched, and I was like, this could have just been a whole game. I would have done a whole game here in a bigger, blown out city. But yeah, that's it. And then I mean, there like so you never forget your first ones, like Sapienza and the Runway.
Miami is my all-time.
Yeah, Miami. The
that
first one
race
too
car
is
is
really
so
good.
fucking stupid.
Yeah,
I just did that level.
Oh, did you do the race car method? Did you get the sniper and?
No, I sabotaged her tire.
That's a really good one.
Good one too.
Yep. I would highly recommend the. I don't remember who it is. You have to I think you shoot a car. You sabotage the car and shoot it in a spot or something. But the resulting crash is tremendous.
Yeah, I like how they designed Hitman, because like I was playing on the last level of the first game. It was like a resort or whatever. You go in there with no equipment, and I ended up poisoning the first lady, and then as I was trying to figure out my way to get into the second target's location, I found myself in like a tool shed, and I'm just looking around and see what's in there, and then all of a sudden I use that like X-ray vision or the Hitman vision you guys get. And I see one of the elite guards like dragging the body of the lady that I just assassinated down towards this shed, and I'm like, this is such a rad mechanic that this guy is just conveniently right here, right now.
And it's I always go into a new Hitman game and I'm super like, oh, this isn't working the way I want it to. I need to load another checkpoint because I have this grand master plan. And then I always, after I've played for like 5 hours, I'm just like, no, the more things are going wrong, the better it is.
Yeah.
It's tremendous. I really like Hitman.
Yeah, me too. And I just like a lot of video game companies always talk about the like the forever platform that they want to do, where it's like, this is where you'll get all your Hitman from now on. And I know that Hitman's done after this, but I just like having that one game that I can open and play all of the Hitman now.
Yeah.
It's a fucking ton of fun.
And it'd be like they're done. Well, I think they like didn't they go back on that? I thought they were like, hey, this is the end of Hitman, and then I think maybe it sold pretty well, and they were like, actually,
we're interested in more money, so Hitman 4.
Well, if they make Hitman 4, I'll play Hitman 4.
Yeah, there's DLC coming. Elusive Targets and stuff hits in February apparently. Here.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Fuck yeah.
I gotta get those. Man, I gotta get that game done if the Elusives are coming. I gotta get ready.
I look forward to getting into 3.
It's dope. I mean, they are all very good. You are well worth your time to kind of like play through them.
Absolutely.
Anything else, Brando?
Yeah, I played some Cyber Shadow. I'm about halfway through it, based on the Zelda-esque kind of file select screen, where it says I have like 4 medallions out of what looks like 8 medallions, or orbs, I should say, not medallions, that you collect. And that game is nothing super special, but is a great kind of side-scrolling, old retro-y style game if you like Shovel Knight and games like that. It's another one of those. It's not blowing my mind, but it's like I get high and play it a lot, to be honest. It's kind of my game that I feel like when I play Hitman High, I get so fucking confused as to what's going on because I have no ability to retain information. Whereas with Cyber Shadow, you're just kind of dealing at whatever problem you're looking at the current time and not thinking about all the other inner workings of the level.
This dude looks like the Strider. This dude looks like...
He does look like the Strider,
The Strider should call his lawyers.
He's got a Strider kind of sword, too.
Like red scarf coming off the one side.
Yeah, he's a pretty rad-looking dude who's obviously stealing a gimmick.
He looks like the Strider mixed with Guyver. You guys ever see, like, Guyver, the movies or the anime?
The Mac Guyver?
Not MacGyver. Hold on.
Guyver anime. Oh, Guyver, the bio-boosted armor. Why didn't you say?
Right.
Of course.
That's what he looks like to me.
Yeah, he does look like the booster armor.
It's a cool... It looks like... the art style's cool. Mix of, like, Metroid meets Castlevania.
We actually have a word for that exact Metroid meets Castlevania.
Metroidvania. And what else? He also looks like
it's like a shooter and a loot game.
A shooter and a loot.
It's got those same kind of bosses too as Castlevania games, where it's like you're gonna die while you learn the attack patterns and everything, and then you're gonna learn the attack patterns, and all of a sudden you're gonna be able to do it without getting hit.
Cool.
It seems neat. There are just a lot of that.
There is
type
a lot.
Of game
yeah. This
now.
was the one I was playing, and it literally could have been any other game of the same genre, but this one got kind of pushed out on Game Pass, and I'm like, yep, I always have one of these on the go. So, yeah, it's plenty fun. And then, the new season of Apex, which I won't talk to too much because I would imagine you guys talked about it with Warren quite a bit.
Last week, I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. There's a new character. Yes, there's a new character.
Fuse.
Yeah.
And damn it, Warren told me, and the information has lost my mind.
Yeah, he's like an explosives kind of guy. He
the Ring of Fire.
Yeah, he can do a Ring of Fire. His ult is like a Ring of Fire to trap people. And then he can stack grenades. His passive is he can stack grenades in the inventory up to 2, which is double the 1 that you can usually have. And he's got the ability to throw grenades like 3 times as far as everyone. It's actually comical because grenades will just be going off all around you, and you're like, if that's a fuse, they could be literally anywhere.
It's a big siege cannon.
Yeah.
I heard you, Warren, and Andy. Yeah, you, Warren, and Andy got to win.
Yeah, we're winning. I don't want to say we're winning a lot, but we're certainly winning more than we used to.
It was the conversation was like, I think you guys just lost one. And you're like, man, we're gonna have to pick it up. We're gonna get these top 10 or these 10 top 10 finishes we need. And then the next game was like, hey, we won.
Yeah. There's an event going on right now, which is this 2-year anniversary, which is crazy to think about, but it's 2 years since Apex came out.
That is crazy.
And they, it's the same way they usually run their events, which is every day you basically can earn 200 points just for playing a couple games, 200 points for getting 4 top 10 finishes, 200 points for getting 10 top 10 finishes, up to like a maximum of 1,000 a day for points. And as you level up, which is not your battle pass, but your little season event meter, it'll give you some Apex packs that have items from the seasonal event, which usually are like, to get all of them, I think is one like a crazy thing. We've talked about it on the podcast. It's probably like $500 to get all the stuff in a season, but you can get 2 of the items if you max out that meter.
Do you get to pick, or are they random? You probably don't.
They're random. Yeah. They're loot boxes that are guaranteed to have, I think, 1 gold, which is a great skin. So
did they ever remember people were like mad that the Apex skins sort of were just color swaps? Did they ever like?
They are. I always compare them to Overwatch, which is
Overwatch has really good skins.
Overwatch has unbelievable skins, so maybe that's not even fair. But they are miles better than what they were when we used to complain about it. I got a good one. Like for the events, normally all the event skins are really good. It's just a matter of not being able to pick them and only having, if you don't want to put money in, only having basically 2 cracks to get a skin for a character you actually use or care about. So you're probably going to get a great skin, but it's a matter of it. So I never get good skins for characters I use, except for Lifeline, which is my main. I just got a skin for the event, which is a really cool devil-looking thing. I'll see if I can find a picture.
The legendary skins look really good in that game.
Yeah, and they're all kind of like of a theme for the season, for the event. So they're kind of doing a. It's kind of a, I want to say maybe veering towards the Chinese New Year, because it's a lot of red and gold, even though it doesn't seem like they actually put that out there that it's a Chinese New Year event.
People, America's ain't so hot on China in a way that I could see that maybe you just quietly do your Chinese New Year thing.
Right, but my Lifeline that I got was very much a like red demon kind of thing, and then the skin that Warren got for Gibraltar is kind of a red and gold monk looking thing. So
they kind of had like a skin like that for Octane in the past.
Yes, similar kind of thing with the horns and everything, almost like ram horns.
Yeah.
But she's red and devilly looking in this one.
Cool.
She got skulls. I'm just looking this up. I thought you couldn't have. I guess Apex is not currently playable in China, because I don't think you can have like skull. What is it? Skeletons or.
Oh, really?
There's like a lot of certain imagery you're not allowed to show.
Like, I feel like some of them have like the kind of Mexico Day of the Dead paint and stuff like that.
Yeah, a lot of this, I don't know if this would fly in China. I don't know if you can have demons.
There's too much culture in it.
Tough break for skeletons in China. Someone in chat says very true.
Not fair. But yeah, other than that, I don't like the new map, but it's one of 3 maps, so you deal with it when it's there. And
how long are they? How long do they rotate on?
I don't actually have a very good feel for the new rotation. I think it's usually an hour and a half.
Oh, that's not. I thought that's within a day. You'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Kings
Anything else?
Canyon they changed. Nope. Stop me if I'm telling you a bunch of stuff that Warren already told you. Also, because
I hope someone here remembers better than I do.
They changed up Kings Canyon a bunch too. Added a new section, and Kings Canyon is the OG map, which is still my favorite. But I think it's just my favorite because I know it the most.
Yeah, your first love, always the one you remember.
But yeah, that's enough. That's enough Apex, I think.
Kevin,
Matthew,
When we raiding? You got your flasks? You got your fire resist? When we raiding?
I'm starting on getting my things together. So I hit max level in Dungeons and Dragons Online. I want to
Right.
say last Thursday or last Friday, sometime last week. So I've had about a week or so of playing at max level, which I really haven't done in this game a whole lot. Every other time I've hit max level, I've just saved up enough of the resources to do the resurrection so that I can start back at level 1 and do it all over again. So this time is the first time in the 15 or 16 years that the game has been out that I've kind of tried to stay at max level for a consistent amount of time. So that's a bunch of new things that I'm learning because it's much like all MMOs. The end game of the game itself is a totally different animal than the rest of the game. So I'm finding out that when I'm going to collect all my loot pieces, I've got myself a bunch of lists of, hey, these are the pieces of loot you want to go for. These are the quests you need to run to do them. But I'm also finding out that apparently there is a fixed limit on the number of times you can open a chest in a given week, because they don't want people to just spam farm these chests and kind of get all their items right away, or get things that they can sell on the auction house and kind of screw up the economy, because a lot of the quests in DDO are, we'll say, easily exploited for the right classes. So let's say I was playing a wizard who could turn invisible. There's a quest that I can run that, if you can't turn invisible, will probably take you about 20 minutes if you're kind of doing everything. But if you can turn invisible, it takes you about 90 seconds. So they kind of balanced it, and I use balanced with air quotes. They kind of balanced it to make it so that, yes, sure, certain classes can kind of blow through these quests with ease. But once they hit that chest limit, they don't really get a benefit from doing it over and over again. So I found out that the chest limit is 8, which I guess means you can play every quest once a day and never hit your chest limit, because it resets once a week. But
You play every. Wait, what? So you can roll every quest chest 8 times
yes,
per week.
Per week. So you could do all 8 in one day, which I did on one quest that only took me 2 minutes to beat. So that quest took me 2 minutes, so I took 20 minutes on Sunday when that specific chest resets for me, because it doesn't even reset on a timer that makes sense. It resets on the timer that starts the first time you open the chest since the last time it's reset.
Yeah, well, that's probably to stop you from like. I don't know why they're so precious about it, but it sounds like it's like, it's 10 minutes till reset. I better get my 8 in, and then I got my 8, and now I'm done, I guess.
Well, they even kind of like let you know certain times, because they have what they call loot weekends, where you get extra X% chance of pulling named items from treasure chests. So there's kind of like a guide out there that says, okay, start your chest timer 6 days before the loot weekend starts, so that you can finish your timer on day 1 of the loot weekend, and then day 2 of the loot weekend you'll have your timer reset, so you can do 15 chests in that weekend.
Is this this isn't a thing for only like free to play players, is it? Can you spend money to open more chests?
No, you cannot spend money to open more chests. You can spend money to re-roll a chest in one of the times. So they have a specific type of currency called astral shards, and you can spend, I think it's 15 astral shards, which is the equivalent of like, I don't really know, I've never bought astral shards before. I think it's like 40 cents or something like that. But you can spend those 15 astral shards to re-roll the contents of a chest, as long as you don't loot anything from that chest. So if you're going for a specific piece of loot out of a chest, and you're already at your 8 cap for the week and you don't want to wait until the next week for the reset, you can just spend some of these currency shards and just re-roll the contents of the chest constantly until you get what you want.
So if I had infinite money, I could.
If you had infinite money, you could run each quest that you want loot for once,
and just re-roll.
And you can always get your loot.
Good.
I think it scales. I honestly don't know. I've never re-rolled a chest, but I think it might scale up each time you re-roll. So like the first time it's 15, the second time it's 25. But
okay, at least there's something in there to stop it from just being like, yes, I have $1 million. I would like to win DDO, please.
I mean, I'm sure they would love people to just drop $1 million in their game and allow you to win DDO. So, I mean, they do sell XP potions that will bring you 90% of the way to max level. They sell them for like $60, I think. So,
that's character boost. They do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Lots of.
They only sell them a couple times a year on special occasions because they like to bang it into your head that, hey, this is a special thing. If you want it, you better buy it on this 2 week that it's offered.
We might never. What does it say in like the Destiny store? These items may never appear again, even though they always fucking do.
Yeah, but hey, what if they don't? What if this is the last opportunity?
Are you gonna stream the raid when it comes time? I would love to see what a DDO raid looks like.
We'll see. I will have to find a group. First I'll have to finish my gear, because I was level 29, which was 1 off cap, and I was doing not the last expansion that came out, but the one before that. I was doing a full run of all those quests to hit that last level. And I went with, there was 4 of us in the group, and we were doing it on the first, like, hard difficulty. It's called Reaper mode. There's 10 levels of Reaper, and each one gets progressively more difficult, and we were doing it on Reaper 1, which is slightly more difficult than, like, the base levels of difficulty that they have in the game. So it's kind of like the hardcore mode, or whatever you want to call it.
Torment
new game plus
Diablo
kind
players.
of thing.
Yeah.
But I think I probably, in the 9 quests we did, it took us about 2 hours to do. I probably died like 45 times, just because like going into these quests without the gear that you need to go into these quests just kind of makes it difficult.
But you kept getting back up.
Yeah,
exactly. I mean, I didn't keep getting back up. I was making the druid keep reviving me, so
that's his fucking job.
That druid was a good
and in a raid too, you'll have like however many people, 19 other players or whatever. To like, no one can tell if you're sucking ass in a raid. There's so many people.
That is especially true in DDO because, like those 3 other people were able to carry me pretty easily through this content. DDO is a game where if you have one person who is overgeared or who is capable of carrying people, it's so easy to just solo a quest and just have everyone else just waiting by the door, collecting the experience as the one person does the quest. I was going up through the levels when I was trying to hit max level, and there was one quest that I had heard about, but I'd never done it before, because it was one of the packs that I didn't own. And I'd heard that this quest was really great for experience. It's really quick to do. You get a lot of X from it. But I never had it. And then when they gave everything away for free this summer and I got all the content for free, then I finally got access to this quest. So I did it for the first time. And as soon as I walked into quest, I let everyone know, like, hey, this is my first time doing this quest. Like,
big mistake. Have you never played video games before?
Actually, the DDO community is normally pretty good with teaching people new quests and like being cool about new people being in the game, because it's still a small game, so everybody who plays it kind of knows, like, hey, if we want new players to play the game, we have to show them how to play the game, because it's a very complicated game.
God, that sounds so much better than Destiny.
Well, to be fair, this isn't in raiding, this is just regular questing, so
no,
who knows how many assholes show up when it's time to raid.
KWTD.
That's what we needed in Destiny, was like 30 people raids, so I could kind of hide my incompetence.
I don't think you could do it in today's day and age. I don't know how we did it back in the day, 40 people in World of Warcraft raids, and like I know there are other MMOs with big raids like that.
Yeah.
I honestly don't think you could do it today. It would, like, people would do it once and be like, this is a terrible experience. There are other games to play. We don't have to do this. Back in the day, it was this weird, like, no, we're suffering together because no one's ever done this before. This is all new, and, like, we're going to spend 16 hours in this fucking raid. We're going to do this.
It's how you're communicating with people, too. So it's kind of like, well, we could just be on the telephone, or we could do this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't know. 40 people raids? I don't think so. Not anymore.
Yeah. No, raids in DDO is only 12 people, so it's really easy to fill raids, and obviously the new ones are different, but any kind of the old content that people still run, you can run it with less than 12, so it's no big deal.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I went into this quest and let everyone know, like, hey, this is my first time doing it, and the people who were running the group, they just said straight up, like, hey, this is not a newcomer friendly quest, so maybe just wait at the door.
Sit down, son. I'll handle
have
this.
a seat. We'll finish it for you, and like, as long as you're in the quest, you still get the experience. So I basically sat at the door, went, had a smoke, smoked a joint,
Gave them my cell number. They could text me when they're done. I'll come
came
back.
And yeah, got that fresh 100K X. No big deal. Just
Easy.
like that.
Oh yeah.
Fucking A.
Video games are fun. I would love to see a raid. You should. If you raid, it would be cool to get some kind of.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll get in there at some point and do it. Like some of the raids, I'd still do some of the older raids because obviously you don't need good gear to do a raid that came out 14 years ago that hasn't changed since then. So.
Fucking Captain America getting old meme over here 14 years ago.
But it's weird because the stuff that came out that long still has desirable loot that everybody still wants to get their hands on. So it's they managed to. The power creep in DDO isn't so bad that it's only the new stuff that you want to run. Like there's still lots of reasons to run every quest in the game. There's still lots of reasons to run every raid in the game. So
that sounds pretty unique for at least the MMOs I've played. Have mostly been like, the new content's out. It's time for the new content. Don't even worry about that other stuff. In fact, in some cases, we're going to take it away so you can't even try to worry about it.
And a lot of it has to do with the resurrection and the reincarnation aspect of the game. So, like, if you were just staying at max level, there would be probably no reason to run those old raids. But because I'm still leveling up from 1 to 30 every so often and going through all those other low level quests that I still need the low level gear for, then that's kind of where those old drops come in from the old raids and everything.
Yeah, that seems neat. The DDO, all these years later, still playing it.
Still going strong.
Any other video games you want
to? So I do have one.
This one's not on the sheet.
More game. It's not on the sheet. I wasn't sure I was going to bring it out.
Put your finger on the mute button.
But I'm going to bring it out. So I found a new mobile game.
Oh boy.
Oh
baby.
Hang on, let me get on the App Store.
Are you not on Galaxy of Heroes anymore? Galaxy of Heroes not your shit?
I've really fallen off on Galaxy of Heroes. I'm still playing Marvel Strike Force. That's the one that that's my main mobile game right now.
Do you know if let's just call him Johnny Two Phones still has his two phones?
Yes, Johnny Two Phones does still have his two phones. He fell off the two phones for about a 3-month period. His New Year's resolution to his wife 1 year was to
3 phones.
was to get rid of one of the two phones, so he didn't have 2 accounts on this one game. But that fell off mighty quick afterwards.
Good shit. He wouldn't spend less money by only having 1 account, would he? Like, that doesn't really.
No, because he has 1 account. I don't know how much money he spends on it. I don't think he spends that much.
It's a bad resolution. That's what if you're in it for 2 phones,
he doesn't pay money on his second account. His second account is totally free. So.
Yeah, so what's the problem then? What just let him have that second phone? Who cares? That's not helping the problem at all. That was
it's still the time sink, right?
That was literally
it's
just
the money.
thing they said for the sake of their
that...
marriage. We're like, yes, honey, we're both right.
So yeah, the game is called Dragon Quest Tact.
Tact,
yes.
Short
I mean,
for tactics?
I would think it would be short. I would think they would just name it Tactics, but they didn't. They named it Tact. It came out, I want to say like January 26th, so it's still really, really new.
July 16th, 2020,
Uh,
according to Wikipedia.
that might be a beta release. Global release is just recently. But yeah, it's like you would expect it to be. It's a gotcha game. They give you surprisingly a whole lot of free currency in order to spend it as fast as you can. Essentially, they make it really easy to get your account set up. A lot of these gotcha games have what they call reroll mechanics, where you kind of want to set up your account with the right S tier characters at the very beginning, and to do that, you just download the game, you play through the tutorial, you get 3,000 gems, which gives you exactly enough to pull 10 loot boxes, and then if you get the characters that you want, you link the game to your Google account or your Apple account or whatever you want, and then you continue playing. Or if you don't get the characters you want, you delete the game, re-download it, do the tutorial again, and take your shot. Take your shot at the good characters.
This is right up there with 2 phones.
It is. It's very pay to win, from what I've seen. I haven't and will not put any money into this game.
What's the date? February the 12th, 2021. I know people take notes on their podcast. Like, people like to write down things we say. Mark it. We'll never spend money in Dragon Quest
We'll never spend
Hacked.
money on Dragon Quest Hacked. But it's so far been really cool. I like a lot of things they do with it. It's basically just your totally average tactics game. Reminds me a lot of, God, what's that other one? Fire Emblem Heroes. I played that one for a little bit. But yeah, it's just your basic grid tactics game. You have monster units where you move them around, you cast your spells, you do all that kind of stuff. But all the units that you pick are the enemies that you fight in the Dragon Quest series games. So they have an event going on right now for the very first Dragon Quest game where the super unit that you can get is the boss of the game, the Dragon Lord. And I managed to get one on one of my pulls. It was pretty amazing.
Did you have to how many account re-rolls did it take for you to pull the Dragon Lord?
Actually none, because I had already saved my account by the time the event came out, so I had to just get lucky.
Is my boy Slime in there?
Yeah, we got lots of slimes. We got tons of slimes. We got cyber slimes, we got healer slimes, we got fairy slimes, we got chrome slimes, we got king slimes, we got emperor slimes.
Oh shit, King Slime?
Tons of slimes, man. More slimes than you can even know what to do with.
Fuck, look at King Slime. Man, there's a how much is this King Slime plushie? Holy.
Don't look at it.
Holy. Look at
Don't
King
ask.
Slime, yo.
That's
King
it.
Slime is fucking dope as hell. He's got big wheezing energy is why I like him so much.
Yes.
Huge wheezing energy.
But yeah, so there is one thing that I will shit on it about, because this is totally the pay to win aspect of this game. There are 2 types of gems in this game. There are the gems that you get from playing the game and accumulating over time, doing the quests. You get, I don't really know how many you get a day. It seems like at the beginning of the game they're giving you tons and tons of gems, which is kind of what's making me want to see how long that's going to last. Because usually in games like this, there's kind of a plateau where you've done all the things that get you the gems, and once you hit that your income just kind of drops off drastically. So I'm kind of wondering when that's going to happen, because it seems like I'm still getting a ton every day. But there's those gems, and there's also what are called the paid gems, which is
They're literally just called paid gems.
Yes, they're just called paid gems.
All right.
When you put money into the game and you buy gems, you get paid gems, and they go into the paid gem category. The game will always spend your free gems first, unless you're pulling on something that specifically you want to use paid gems for, because if you use paid gems in certain areas of the game, you'll get better drops. So let's say you're pulling your loot boxes for the Dragon Lord, and you want to use your free gems. You'll have X% chance to get the Dragon Lord with free gems. But if you want to use your paid gems, you'll get X% plus something for using your paid gems.
And you're never going to spend money on this game.
And I'm never going to spend money on
Okay.
this game.
It's like they got to make the money somewhere.
Well,
You know,
exactly,
I don't
right?
know.
So,
It's a gotcha game. I know a lot of people really like the gotcha games. I've never personally felt good about them, but that's the territory when you're in those types of games.
yeah, exactly. It's to be expected. I've never seen a game be so kind of upfront and blatant about it like this one
Paid
is,
gems.
but
The localization, Dragon Quest Tact, paid gems, always makes me wonder.
That's too funny. Paid gems.
Anything else, Mr. Kevin? DDO and
that is
Dragon
about
Quest
it.
Tact.
I guess one more thing on DDO is the new raid is currently on the test servers right now.
Oh shit!
So if you
New.
download the test client, you can play through that new raid. But rumor has it it's going to be about 2 weeks on the test servers where they're just kind of hammering out bugs and getting it ready to go live. And I think like 2 weeks or so, it's going to come to the main game.
It's brand not even yet released.
That's right. This is the raid that comes with the new expansion that came out in November, the Fables of the Feywild. What they usually do is they release the quest areas and like the wilderness areas first, and they give people time to run through that, build their loot up, and then a couple months later, then they release the raid that's associated with the expansion.
Cool. Let's take a quick break here, and we'll come back, do some news on the other side of this musical break.
God, my laptop sounds like it's finna blow.
We better hurry before that thing explodes. Let's come back and talk about some news.
I got some news for you.
Hit me with it.
I'm almost done this book.
Empire Strikes Back from a certain point of view.
Yeah.
I think
It is a book of short stories that take place during Empire Strikes Back, but from a whole bunch of like background characters and shit.
Oh,
It's a fucking
actually
great
sounds
book.
super dope.
Yeah, it's like
I'm gonna get
What's
you
some
just
good
I think your mic got close when you sat back down.
wow, a little loud.
Yeah, we're just sort of blown out.
Bang, bang, bang.
There we go. Good.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of some good examples. It's like the chef who they bring in to make food for Darth Vader when they're on Cloud City and they're like panicking because they don't know what he eats.
What does he? Did we ever find out?
You never find out. Well, spoilers. Sorry, I shouldn't spoil the end of stories. But yeah, there's some good like funny bits, and then there's ones from like super unique perspectives. Like there's a story from the perspective of like the convergence in the cave.
A convergence in the cave.
Yeah, like when Luke goes into the cave and they're like, "Oh, there's a convergence in the Force in the cave. It's fucked up in there in the cave on Dagobah."
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And there's like a story from the Convergence's point of view with these people like coming to kind of test themselves at the cave. It's really neat.
This is
There's one from the Tauntauns' point of view.
Wait, the one that like gets cut open
Yeah.
and fucking. Oh man, having this guy sleeping in me sure is a bummer.
Yeah. It's a really cool book. I'd recommend it.
This is the. Did Austin Walker write a short story for this one?
Yes, he did one about two of the bounty hunters that were trying to get Han.
IG-88.
Yeah, IG-88, the assassin droid, and Dangar, I think is his buddy's name.
Oh
might
yeah.
Dengar.
be. Dangar, yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. There's lots of good ones. There's one from like the brief appearance of Ghost Obi-Wan Kenobi when he's trying to convince Luke not to go to Cloud City because his training's not done. And it's a good, like, bordering on comedic story about just his annoyance at Anakin and how similar Luke is to Anakin, and he's just kind of watching this whole thing happen again for the second time, and it's very eye-rolly for him. And,
Poor guy's stuck in the afterlife.
yeah,
Can't do anything.
It's really interesting. If you like Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, it's like some of them you just burst out laughing when you realize who's telling the story. When you're like, oh, This is from that big fucking weird Hoth cave monster.
Is that the only one that they've done it for, or is there one? For,
No,
like...
there is one. So I think they're released on the 40-year anniversaries of the movies.
Oh, okay.
So this one just came out, and there is one that
For
I think
the A
is
New
quite a
Hope.
bit smaller for A New Hope. And then I would assume that there would be one in a few years for Return of the Jedi.
Nice. I can't wait until 2040 so that we can get episode 1.
Hell yes.
20. What is it? 2060 for episode 9. That's what I want. I want the certain
somewhere
point of
around there.
view from episode 9.
Yeah,
I wanna
from
know,
what's his
like-
name? The mechanic, Boo Boo Frick.
Yeah, I want to know what Babu Frick thought. I want to know what the people in that random ship that just got blown up that Chewie wasn't actually in were like, why is she shooting our ship? Maybe what they
Oh.
thought. Like, you could do a lot of really good, dumb shit there.
There's a fucking fantastic one in this book about the inner monologue of the guy who's getting force choked by Vader while he's getting force choked and like going over all the mistakes he made.
Of course.
It's really good stuff.
Yeah, that seems dope.
Yeah. I wanted to pitch that. I thought there's a good cross section of people who listen to our show who would probably dig the book. So
My top story tonight, CD Projekt Red. This actually, we're a little bit late on this news. CD Projekt Red got hacked last week. They here, I'll pull up the ransom note. It's
those
something.
gentlemen and ladies cannot catch a break.
No, yeah, I mean, like, it's kind of just one thing after another, it seems. Let's see here. The ransom note is like straight out of fucking 99. Hello, CD Projekt. You have been epically pwned. We have dumped full copies of the source code from your purser, yada, 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 yada. We have also dumped all your documents relating to accounting, administration, legal, HR, investor relations, and more. Also, we have encrypted all your servers, but we understand that you can most likely recover from backups.
Like they don't want to sound stupid.
Yeah.
They're like, don't, hey, we know this.
That wasn't our only code. That's not a race in the hole, just so you know.
Yeah.
They say, if we will not come to an agreement, then your source codes will be sold or leaked online, and your documents will be sent to our contacts in gaming journalism.
That's you, Matt.
They sent it to me. I leaked them. Your public image will go down the shitter even more, and people will see how your shitty company functions. Investors will lose trust in your company, and the stock will dive even lower. You have 48 hours to contact us.
So what you're saying is we need to get on CD Projekt Red stock right now.
That's right. We're gonna. The short sellers are betting against CDPR. It's Kevin and I versus the hedge funds. Let's fucking go.
It's time for a short squeeze.
That's right.
Ooh, this-
Hashtag CDPR to the moon.
This can't be it. So Cerro de Pasco Resources Inc. or CDPR.cn is probably not the right choice to buy.
No, I don't think that's the one.
It is only at 34.5 cents per share. So
Okay. I
if
can
you're
probably.
interested-
Bye.
Oh, yes. So the hackers, they sent them this ransom note. CDPR very publicly on Twitter released when they released the ransom note, they released a statement saying, we do not negotiate with terrorists, basically. And according to the hackers, this is kind of our last update, the data has been sold. It has since been sold at an online auction. We don't know for how much or to whom it was allegedly sold.
Yeah, they
but-
said that they didn't say how much it sold for, but they did say that they sold it to a price that both parties were happy with.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, that's fucking selling things.
I don't know jack shit about game design, but I think that's like a big deal. I think you can reverse engineer source codes and things in such a way that like and maybe you can do it to the point that people wouldn't be able to tell, because there's a line of thought of like, well, who's going to buy this source code, because someone was going to be like, the CDPR source code,
Right.
huh? I wonder how that
Why don't
got
we just
here.
sue you while
Yeah.
you use that?
But
Yeah.
I think like having access to that stuff, you can reverse engineer and do
Strip it
like,
down so it's not traceable, but also saves your company a fucking buttload of work.
Yeah, do like some really nefarious stuff with it potentially.
So the question is, which company has bought this code and is going to show us the adults that are shrunk to little fucking kid versions of
Oh.
themselves?
It's Mass Effect.
I hope
It's the
so.
Mass Effect remaster.
Mass Effect would be good. Because I just feel like they stole that
I
source
forgot
code
about
from
those
Mario,
kids, dude.
which they obviously, Mario was the first ones who did it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this laptop charger is roughly 2 inches too short to charge my laptop.
I'm gonna
Background
guess. Source code. I wish I had a little more context for it. I wish I knew like what you could do with the source code, because like Cyberpunk is Cyberpunk's fucked. Cyberpunk is like so fucked top to bottom that like I just wish I had more context. How valuable is the source code for something so broken versus like something that, let's say, The Witcher 3.
How much source code is shared between The Witcher 3 and Cyberpunk?
Yeah.
Like, is Cyberpunk using Witcher 3 source code and just built terribly on top of it? Or
is there?
I just don't know how that stuff works.
Is there like a what was the game with Elliot Page where Beyond Two Souls?
Yes.
Where they had like the nude model of Elliot Page in the code, even though it wasn't in the game. Like, is there like a fully erect Keanu in there somewhere, or? It's very strange. Yeah, CDPR, just one thing after another. I wonder how this turns out. If we even, maybe this is the end of it. Maybe it's just like, yep, you sure did. You sold that source code. And even more shocking news. Jack Black has been cast as Claptrap in the Borderlands movie. That kind of tracks.
I was gonna say the least shocking.
Yeah, I sort of don't like. I know a lot of people really do like him. I sort of don't like Jack Black that much. He's fine. Don't get me wrong. He's fine. I just find him. I know a lot of people find him. I think like really lovable and likable and stuff. I just find him kind of annoying and grating. I don't know.
Like, I guess it depends on what Jack Black you're looking at.
Yeah.
Like if you're like telling Jack Black to like just go for it, like in School of Rock, I could see you see someone watching a lot of School Rock-esque movies and being like, God, does this guy have an off button?
Yeah, that's how I feel about Jack Black.
Right, but he does a lot of like not fucking crazy Jack Black stuff too. And I think he seems like a genuinely cool dude.
Yeah, him and his I think son do like a gaming channel. Or something.
Yeah, I actually I watched a bunch of their channel when it first came out back in 2019, and then like every week I would be watching their videos, and as they come out, and then they started going like 2 weeks without a video, 3 weeks without a video, and then I completely forgot about them. And when somebody posted this in our Discord, I remembered. I'm like, wait a minute, they have a YouTube channel. I wonder how many videos they have out now. And I went and checked a bit of it out, and they got videos. I've realized that I don't care about any of the ones where he actually plays video games. I prefer like the blogs type videos of his where it's like just following his life around and showing like behind the scenes at the movies and stuff that he's making.
I like that he calls the Elgato capture card the Delgato. I think misrepresenting that shit-ass brand is super fucking funny.
Perfect.
Fire up the Delgato.
He makes a lot of sense for Claptrap.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, I wonder what kind of, are we gonna get Jack Black doing his best like Claptrap as we know him? I wonder what kind of a Claptrap
Jack
performance
Black
are we
going to become Claptrap, or is Claptrap going to become Jack Black?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Cate Blanchett is in this movie also, who I thought was like a totally. I don't think she's maybe as like esteemed of an actress as she was Galadriel in Lord of the Rings. So in my mind, she is like the creme de la creme, the classiest, just the highest society actress in the world.
She was fucking great in Thor too.
Yeah, she's like, how old is she? I want to Cate Blanchett age
52.
51. Ooh. So in Thor, she would have been like 49. Damn, Kate, you still got it going on. Jamie Lee Curtis is in this film. Kevin Hart, directed by Eli Roth. I think I might have said twice. It seems like a real movie, which is weird because it's Borderlands.
Seems like it's like 5 years too late.
Yep. Yep.
A little bit more. I'm not sure when 2 was out. That was like its heyday, I feel like.
Yeah, some people like Borderlands 3, I think. Pedro Pascal, speaking of video game movie stuff, TV, Pedro Pascal has been cast as Joel in the Last of Us show.
That could work.
Yeah, totally. I
could see that.
Me too. That's also directed by, I always say his name wrong. I think it's Metzen, Craig Metzen, the Chernobyl showrunner. Yeah.
Fucking love Chernobyl.
And isn't he like writing the Borderlands
good.
script too? Hang on, I think he's also writing the Borderlands script movie. He is. he's doing the screenplay.
Man's finding work.
Damn. From Chernobyl to Borderlands to The Last of Us.
Borderlands actually has, I think, a reasonable chance to be a good movie, because of the actors that they're getting, and because I think you can do Borderlands and not have it follow any video game story. Like, I feel like where a lot of video games get hung up is they try and follow the plot of their video games, where I feel like Borderlands is a decent enough just world and crazy group of characters that you could tell a different... I hope they are going to tell a different story than the plot of any Borderlands game.
I more worry about the humor and setting of Borderlands is the stuff that I super don't care for. Where like
I don't mind the setting. I don't like the humor.
Yeah, the setting is fine, but like you play Borderlands for 20 minutes and you've seen it all. You're fighting skags on this desert planet over and over and over again, kind of. So you're on an H at one point, I guess.
I'm maybe just picturing a version of Mad Max in my head.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
That's like there is a really good kind of just Mad Max, like the Fury Road movie they could make where like I'm thinking of how goofy Borderlands is, where like you got those I don't remember what they're called, the savages or whatever they're called, like they're blowing each other up all the time and they're like, you got the little one who's always like, I'm eating people.
The
like
psychos.
I've never found it funny. I've always, for the same reason that Jack Black does not jive with me, the Borderlands humor is just like, does this game have a fucking off button?
I am hesitant to critique literally one of the greatest movies of all time, Mad Max Fury Road. But one of the things that movie could have used were some characters with a little bit of levity.
You think so? I love Fury Road for...
Me too. It's a damn near perfect film.
I think the self-seriousness is so important, where you're like, this is so fucking stupid, and everyone is so serious.
It's a fair point, and maybe you lose, maybe when you crack a joke here and there, it's a very fine line.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll just back off.
Especially
and be like, they knew what they were doing.
What if the person cracking jokes is Claptrap? Like...
Yeah, you're right. Claptrap sucks.
He sucks. Hey, speaking of things that suck, Kingdom Hearts is on its way to PC. Woo!
Oh, got him.
Can't say
Take that, Sora, Donald, and Goofy. It's coming to the Epic Store, exclusive to the Epic Store, at least.
Yeah, they wouldn't put a game that sucks on the Epic Store.
Yeah, touche. Epic Store exclusive. I don't know if that's forever, but for now, anyways.
Ask me anything.
These seem expensive. Are these? It seems like to own the Kingdom Hearts is on PC. Randy, you have like packs and prices listed here.
So one of those is like a step-up version of another one, but the other ones are if you get 2.8, you will get the stuff that's in 1.5 plus 2.5.
Right. Okay. Right.
Yes.
1.5 plus 2.5 equals 2.8. Yep.
Right. The other two to the right of that, if you're looking at that graphic, are separate purchases. So you will need to spend $150 to get the whole story.
Woo! And even the story so far.
The story so far. And like I said to you last night, it's 1 and 1A with Kingdom Hearts and Metal Gear for the greatest story ever told.
That's right. It depends how they finish.
Yeah, that's it's a commitment. As someone who did when they did the whole 2.8, the whole package on before Kingdom Hearts 3 came out, and I fucking dove right in. It's a fucking lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
And they're long games.
Well, and some of them aren't even games. Make sure you know this if you actually care about playing video games. Although some of these video games are bad, and you're
if you like
better off
Kingdom
not
Hearts, you don't care about actually playing video games.
Right. Exactly.
I can't be stopped.
And that's what's important to know is I think there are at least two of those games where you don't get the game in that package. You get like the cutscene highlight reel.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's
So-
boy oh boy. When Sora shows up in that next Final Fantasy VII thing, it's gonna be something.
Yeah, that'll be a moment.
Yeah, maybe of the year. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart got a release date, June the 11th. That stands right now.
That's the next time I'm turning on my
Game
PlayStation.
looks cool.
Yeah, it does, and it looks like a new thing to play on these new consoles. There are no
Finally.
next-gen games at all.
There's nothing to play.
There's nothing to play.
Did you guys play that Destruction Derby game?
Destruction All-Stars?
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah. It seems okay. It seems...
Oh.
It's not... I don't think it's the next Rocket League. I don't think it's the next, like...
Oh, what could be?
Everybody's going to be playing this thing in 5 years, but it seems kind of neat. For free, you check it out. It does good stuff with the controllers. I like the way the gas pedals make the controller feel.
Ooh.
Yeah. Very last piece of news I have this week. EA is, I think this is happening, it'd be this week in podcast time. EA
This
is
is local news.
Yes, considering the
Local
future of Anthem, which apparently,
all?
yeah, indeed. I legit had to do a double take where I'm like, you can go buy and play Anthem right now. Anthem is a video game that is still running. It exists. I had to like verify that. I'm like, didn't they shut that down? Didn't they didn't they unrelease Anthem? Wasn't that one of the many unreleases we had? But no, that game is still out there. Apparently there are 30 people working on it right now, and BioWare estimates to get what they were calling Anthem Next kind of into production, they'll need about 90 people. And so I guess EA is going to consider if this is a investment worth their time. I don't know. Could come down either way. They put a lot of time and presumably a lot of money into developing Anthem thus far, so
Feels bad. I mean, the game looks gorgeous. It looks incredible, and like the
Fucking
time they
feels
spent on
great,
the
too.
environment.
yeah,
Yeah.
the flying is real dope. That Frostbite engine looks real nice, but to hear some of the stories out of BioWare is maybe a terrible engine to make anything except for Battlefield, the game it was designed for.
Right? Yeah.
So we should, but probably by next podcast, maybe by next podcast, we'll know a little bit more about Anthem.
Fingers crossed
yeah.
for all the people who probably have a job riding on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder. The Marvel's Avengers, weirdly enough, kind of gets me excited for Anthem, where like, what if you had Marvel's Avengers, but the flying around was not super fucking shitty, you know? And maybe the combat was better too. Iron Man would be good in Anthem. And the
Iron Man would be
Anthem
great.
are Iron Men's, basically.
Fuck, I like playing with Iron Man even in Marvel.
Yeah.
It sucked.
Iron Man's cool. We could all be, and you were like different Iron Man. You know,
Yeah,
some
I was a
big
different
one.
Iron Man. I was fucking using lasers, and then Matt be like, Brandon, hit the fucking rockets, and I'd be doing rockets,
Yeah.
and then Warren would be like, do that other thing you do, and I'd be using the repulsor things.
Did you see they added the repulsor beam off the shield?
Yes, I did. Great ad.
Great ad.
They should find more of those. There's more of those.
Yeah.
Like the best part
Thor
of Avengers
hits.
is when they do like little tag team things.
Love it.
They should add a mission failed counter for every attempt at that repulsor shield deflection. Unless it has auto tracking, or it's like, I imagine it's like
It's a big long.
Ocarina of Time when you fight the Twin Rova with Link's
Oh yeah.
mirror shield.
Absorb
It's
it
actually
and deflect it.
totally just like it's like a big long beam you got to swing. I think.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask if is there any directional control over that, or is it just fucking you guys both have meter, fucking hit it and
No, I think
Kaboom.
and I am talking totally out my ass, but from the little one time I saw it work in the video they put out, it looks like you just use your repulsor cannon like a regular move, and Cap just holds block, and then it
beams it?
shoots
Yeah.
off, and you kind of turn to spin it.
well, that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I had fun playing that game. Speaking of like fail counters, we would just run around, and I would be like, Warren, throw that guy. Warren was the Hulk, and I'd be like, Warren, throw that guy in the air so I could shoot him out of the air as Iron Man. And we'd fucking that poor guy must have fucking
Yeah.
flown through the air 22 times.
The
before I
last
ever
guy
hit
in
him.
the encounter. No, nobody kill him. Nobody kill him.
Yeah.
Make sure you throw him up. No,
Yeah.
missed it.
Warren's got to throw him up. I'm gonna shoot him.
Okay, reset. Let's try again. Okay, throw him up. That's all the news I got for this week. Anthem.
Yeah.
Anthem. Do you think BioWare needs money? Do you think this Mass Effect remaster is coming out this year because the fuck has BioWare done except lose money for the last?
I feel like I feel
Long
like every
time.
video game company even. Well, I mean, the nature of companies are every video game needs to make money. Otherwise, you're immediately like, oh God, our margins are so razor thin.
Yeah.
Because our fucking bigwigs up top are getting so much money.
But are they like into single ply toilet paper at the BioWare studios where they're like, hey guys, we
Right.
really need something to move
I feel
the
like
needle
this
here.
is their like emergency button, you know.
Somebody grabbed the hammer and just
Yeah.
finally broke the remaster glass. Like, fuck, we
Yeah.
gotta
Mass
do it.
Effect remastered launch.
We can only ever play this card once, so make sure
Yeah.
it's important.
I think it's more likely that everybody has to bring their own toilet paper from home.
Yeah,
BYTP.
that's rough.
Uh,
That's rough. I like to say that would be the point I quit, but I would bring the toilet paper.
I also saw this about Mass Effect. BioWare publicly acknowledged that the indoctrination theory is not real, and they never planned it. Why would you?
Wow.
Why would you say anything?
Just
That's
let
a shame.
this.
Why would you say anything?
Let us believe.
Let us believe. It's so much better than the ending you wrote that everyone got so mad about that you then like had to redact and change and expand, and for the official story to be like, "Yep, we put a shitty one out, and then you got mad, and we kind of made it shittier." That's
Yeah,
the
why
real story.
put a stop to the speculation? That just makes your game better, I think.
I think so too. But
Even if it didn't make your game better, like what a weird decision to be like, stop fans from having fun with this.
yeah, and also all those fan fiction stories you wrote, they're fake too.
Yeah.
Like just twist the knife a little bit.
Dane only has one cock.
Stay off my deviant art. One cock. Podcast at talkingreckless.com is an email address, or you can drop these on our Discord, which you can find by going to talkingreckless.com. Click on the Discord button. I'm going to see if we got anything.
They took the butt shots out.
They took the butt shots out. They're changing some of the Miranda ass shots. We talked about that last week.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I had it in the news story, and I said the internet, and then had that picture of Yoda like feeling all the Jedi die. Where he's like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah. That's too bad.
Damon had a fantastic meme of Shepard standing at the memorial, and it was just Miranda's ass.
That's also very good.
I think we're good. Nothing in the Discord. I'll do one last little check on the email real fast, see if anything came in last minute. But I think we got it all figured out. But check out weebs.ca. That's where the premium version of this podcast lives, as well as our anime podcast. Ad-free. We actually have a few ads. Last week there was an ad. This week there will be an ad if I don't forget. I better not forget. And so if you want the ad-free version, over on patreon.com/talkingrecklesspodcast or weebs.ca, gets you there faster. Thank you very much for all the support over there. What do we got coming up? D&D is kind of a little hit or miss. We might be on for maybe this Sunday podcast time. Just join the Discord. I put all the announcements and stuff out on there, so if you're on there, you're in.
It's fun. We talk about WandaVision and shit.
Yeah, the Discord is dope. The Discord is, and maybe I'm a little biased because
absolutely.
I have a little final say over everything, but it is the best forum board I've ever been a part of. It weirdly enough only has things I like, but it has like good discussions on those things going almost constantly. We're talking WandaVision. We got a Star Wars channel. Don't click on the anime one. That's maybe just.
It's actually a trap.
Yeah, you have to be 18 plus.
Yeah, expect cops at your door
to
if you
go
click
in
that
there.
link.
But it's a dope little Discord.
I like that when you go into, and this is a tribute to the respect of WandaVision, or of the Discord participators. If you go into that WandaVision chat, even though it is a chat about WandaVision, it is just fucking head to toe spoiler block. There's not a word to be seen in it.
Everybody
highlight everything.
Yeah, we're really good about not spoiling stuff. Also, we have rigorous systems in play.
And every now and then, someone will be like leave an and that isn't spoilered. They'll be like black text, and black text, black text.
Then we've all played Control. We know how to redact
Yeah,
things.
that's how it is.
Yeah.
That's
Gotta
it's
draw the
funniest.
viewer in.
That's right. Go join the Discord. That's where we had the karaoke contest as well. I would like to congratulate myself on winning my own karaoke contest.
Yeah,
Fucking
yeah.
Obama giving Obama the fucking medal. I only won the second round. Listen, I did not win the first round, so Paperboy won the title there, and I stripped it off him. But don't worry, I'll be back to defense soon. Make sure you're on the Discord for that. That's all I have to say. Other than somebody got timed out. I don't know if this was. Someone said, I enjoy wrestling games. And then they said, is that Slender Man on the bottom left? And they got timed out, which I don't know if that was called for. I can take a joke. That's kind of flattering, actually, in a way where I don't think I've been Slender Man in how long we've been in lockdown here?
Well, what's the feed? You're not the bottom left of my feed.
Of OBS, of the stream, I am.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just checking.
Yeah, I'm bottom left, you're bottom right.
Perfect.
That
I
seems.
was gonna say Kyle Buttermaker is
Kyle.
the bottom left of mine.
Well, I'm gonna do the thanks here as I try to remember Kyle's name. Brandon Lynch,
Yeah.
thank you very much for joining us.
Yes, good to be back.
Absolute staple of this podcast. Kevin Byer
B''TX.
and Kyle B''TX from the anime B''TX. If someone knows how to
That's
pronounce that and wants to write that into the podcast at
Drop a
talkingrust.com.
voice chat in the Discord.
Yeah, or let us know on the Discord. That'd be dope. And thanks very much to you at home for watching or listening. Ever enjoy this podcast? If you want to leave us a review on your podcast marketplace, I would appreciate that very much. And we'll see you here on the next episode of the Talking Reckless podcast. We'll see you then.